Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay?
Is this supposed to give me the correct answer? Like, you're not being helpful, you just flipped the camera. Like, what is this supposed to be obvious? Dude, I'm on the employee's side. First of all, the dude's getting minimum wage payment to deal with your, like, transgender guessing game. Second of all, he was trying to be respectful. He was like, sir or ma'am, what should I call you? And instead of just giving him a straight answer, you're like, yeah, I want you to guess. Like, no, we don't play that shit. I'm not your student. Don't give me a pop quiz.
I assume that you're a man. Okay? Okay?
Thank you. Whatever.
Trans people deal with discrimination every day. Today this happened to me. The staff saw my name on my CC and chose to be aggressively transphobic. Dude, you were being aggressive. You had like a Walter White say my name level moment when you're like, what would you assume by looking at me? What would you assume by looking at me? But you were yelling it at him, like why? You're not special, you're a knucklehead, you're a nitwit. Get off your high horse and try to be a normal person, please. Anyways, today we are reacting to more awful TikToks. If you enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and buy my plushie. It's available for 4 more days. Please buy it, and let's get into this.
Anyone else tired of this, like, audio that's like, what's not clicking, Steven? Like, I'm over it, especially when white women do it. Like, I'm just so tired of seeing white women use audios on TikTok that are, like, clearly given to us by the black community, by black content creators, and like no credit given.
Friendly fire will not be tolerated. You will not be condemning your fellow white women today. I love this too, just the invention of a non-issue, like white people use sounds that were made by black content creators as if that matters at all. Wait a second, you did a trending dance on TikTok over a DaBaby audio? Whoa, settle it down. And you didn't give DaBaby any credit? Are you some sort of criminal? Like, dude, who cares? Even if it's somebody with like one fraction of a hair follicle, the amount of clout that DaBaby has, who cares? Are you literally asking for a works cited page for a TikTok audio? BRB, let me throw my 8-second meme video into a citation machine. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that if you're a TikToker with 10 million followers, you should give like a shout out to everybody whose audio you use because, like, I don't know, you can and it's nice, but who cares?
Can we talk about how it's actually horrifying that the Kardashians went out of their way to have kids with black men just so that they could have a closer proximity to black culture?
Dude, you can't even make this up. You literally think that you marry a black person just so like black culture likes you? Like, dude, Kim married Kanye because, I don't know, he's like rich and famous, like one of the richest black people ever. 1,513th richest person in the world, I think.
Just so that when you call them out on appropriating black culture, they bring up their proximity to black people and their half-black children.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously, right? Because Kim Kardashian, when she married Kanye, was able to predict that she would maybe get canceled for quote-unquote appropriating black culture. So she married Kanye at the time as sort of a safety net so that she wouldn't get canceled. Okay, yeah, that's very likely and not an insane conspiracy theory.
They bred their children like dogs.
What the f***? I think you're just like actually racist. It sounds like you have a problem when white people are near black people. The reason Kim Kardashian is involved in black culture is because her husband and kids are literally black.
Dogs. And as a black woman, you cannot change my opinion on this.
Wait, so you're a black woman, but Kanye's kids are only half black? Bro, these kids actually have more melanin than you.
And I know a lot of other black women and mixed black women feel the same way. That eventually at some point in their life, these kids will grow up and realize that one of the main reasons their parents had them is so that they could have a closer proximity to black culture.
Like, you're actually tweaking right now. This is pure tweakage. You married a black man just to get approval from black people as a whole. That's your theory. Yeah, you're insane. You're tweaking.
Many people ask me,
bro, actually, what is this? Like, what am I looking at? Is this what happens when you take a bite of a Mr. Beast burger?
how do you use they, them pronouns for a singular person? Well, it's really easy. All you have to do is use it the same way that you would talk about a group of people. So, for example, I, Addison, use they, them pronouns. In that case, you talk about...
Okay, this is the most boring video I've ever seen.
I am so tired of catering to cis people's feelings. Because I do. I do it every time I go to a restaurant and the server says, "Hi, ladies," and I don't correct them. Every time I choose the women's washroom because people expect that of me and it makes them comfortable.
Because you don't have a penis, you cannot use the urinal. Okay, you don't want to be a woman anymore, that's cool and awesome, I guess, right? But like, why do you have to do a Plants vs. Zombies invasion on the men's restroom? When it's not even like you can use the urinals or anything.
Every time I go to the grocery store and ignore being called miss or ma'am. Every time a close friend misgenders me and my immediate response is to say, no, it's okay as long as you're trying. It's not okay. And I'm not okay.
Yeah, you're not okay. You're mentally ill. You have issues. You're trying to get us on TikTok to feel bad for you and support you. But in reality, you need to go somewhere very far away and figure your life out and then come back to society. Because if what you're telling me is that you can't go to a restaurant and order a bagel without having an internal panic attack that you were just called he or she or whatever you got called, then like try to get Mr. Beast to buy you a remote island or something, you know? Because you can't be in society.
Because in order for any of you to even entertain the idea of respecting my existence, I have to water down all of my emotions lest I live up to the whiny crybabies trans stereotype that you all have in your heads. Because God forbid you take someone seriously when they are showing valid emotion.
Yes, that's correct. I don't take grown adults very seriously when they can't show emotional regulation, aka causing a scene because they were misgendered, like the very first person I showed you in this video.
That straight people have taken the incredibly complex and nuanced thing that is the queer experience and stolen it, oversimplified it, bastardized it, commodified it, and then they try to straight-splain it back to us as if they know more about it than we do.
Well, that's true. I don't know very much about the gay experience, and I probably couldn't explain it very well. Although I'd be willing to guess that part of being gay is being a homosexual. But there are a lot of things that I see all the time that I feel very comfortable explaining that they're gay. This is a great example of something that is actually more gay than the average man who likes other men. So you could say that that's straight-splaining or whatever, but I'm telling you, when I think of the word gay, I think of this, not this.
I hate that we have to make ourselves either entirely invisible or shove our identities into neat little stereotypes that they can easily digest in order for them to take us seriously. I hate having to infantilize and handhold straight people constantly in order to reduce the chances of a temper tantrum and the subsequent revocation of their support. I hate the idea of the ever patient, ever willing to teach queer that straight people seem to think encapsulates all of us. I am not your fucking encyclopedia. I am far too busy living my own life to attempt to educate you for hours on end.
Well, I mean, you're obviously not, because, right, you're making a TikTok talking about how busy you are, and how you have no time to educate straight people, but yet that's exactly what you're doing right now.
See, this is a really interesting comment, because I know the commenter didn't think about really what he was saying, he just wanted to leave a hate comment, which is fine. But my question is, why is being unhealthy a bad thing? Well, obviously not all people are unhealthy,
this can't be real
work.
life. Guys, like, when you really think about it, okay, dying of heart disease, it's like subjectively bad, because then you have to be philosophical about the meaning of life, and if your meaning of life personally and how you identify is to be a big person who eats a lot of food, then it's all okay.